Is in Canada. It's the funny aspect of this whole thing is that anything that concerns River State, usually take this shape.
Okay.
That's it. I know. Frankly, it baffles me when lawyers, want to, for personal reasons, want to turn what they know is truth.
Okay.
The other way, just to, I don't know what they intend to achieve. But back to the issue. The 21 or 23 local government, 21 local government chairmen and councillors, as the case may be. As I speak now, they are no longer elected chairmen and councillors. That is the law.
Okay.
Yes. The House of Assembly amended the local government law of Rivers State.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. Now, a group of persons, 2 or more of the local government in Rivers State, went to court to challenge that decision. Rightly or wrongly, there is a decision of court. And what's the decision of court? The decision of court said that amendment was done in error. It was done in bad faith. Because these people came in, took oath of office for 3 years. The law is not retroactive. If you make law now, you're making law for the future. You don't make law for somebody who has already sworn that I'm going to be in this office. It's like the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the National Assembly now come to say, oh no, we are extending your I mean, this is purely constitutional issue. Now, why is it rightly or wrongly? There is a judgment on that. Now,
sorry to cut you short. If there is an emergency, can it not be done in an emergency situation?
It depends on what you call emergency. I don't think in Rivers State there is an emergency situation that would have called for the quick amendment of that law.
If you go back, if you cast your mind back to when Martin and his led legislators amended the law, they made reference to the fact that local government elections were not being held.
The point is, does
it
lie with the state assembly to determine when local government election will? Like the court said, it was done for it's not election petition. Election tribunal will give judgment and the governor will remain. No, the only thing that would have called for that them remaining in office is if the court of appeal come to say stay off execution, and that was not granted. So I wonder where they are getting this kind of power and authority. Well, it's not even authority. I don't know what is beating drum for them actually. Well, we're waiting. Since 22, I be 21 of them want to be bigger than Rivers. We're waiting to see.
So are you saying that there is no court's pronouncement? Let's not even use judgment. There is no court pronouncement that favors the local government chairman. For instance, let's go way back to Omotosho's court, where he made all of those pronouncements. Are you saying none of that favors the local government chairman?
Kalada, I am talking to you as a lawyer,
and that's why I'm asking you, because you're a lawyer.
This matter of local government amended law of Martins, my friend, and his friends.
All of your friends? Yes,
we are friends. It's just that they are bigger boys now. I'm not there yet.
All right.
The matter was before the Honorable Justice Kyo. And what was before Honorable Justice Kyo was the law made by the Rivers State House of Assembly.
So it has nothing to even do with any of the political wrangling.
It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
So the Honorable Justice Kyo gave his judgment. What they would have done was to approach the Court of Appeal and then ask that judgment should be stayed. And that wasn't done. And you feel you can just wake up and say we must remain in office. That's not the law. If the Court of Appeal say no, the judgment, stay execution. It is understandable. But as I speak, there is no ruling to that effect.
Okay.
So where are they getting their powers from to remain in office? Or is this simply because of the favorable disposition of the governor of today in Rivers State? That's why anybody can get up and talk anything. Okay. Let's see how it ends.
Let's go to the Constitution once again. Apart from JAC, which is the joint allocation account, where the state government and the local government are tied, is there any other way the local governments come under the control of the state government? Let's keep politics aside now. Looking at the constitution, apart from the jack that joins the local government to the state government and says, oh, the money must first go through the state government's account, is there any other way that the local government can be controlled by the state government?
When you say control, I would disagree, because they are the third tier. Local government is the third tier of government. Mm-hmm. So when you say control, but if you tell me supervisory,
okay, maybe you can.
I will agree.
Okay, use that word,
because we know if the constitution has provided for joint accounts, the constitution the framers of the constitution knows why they did that.
Okay,
so that these so-called local governments will also, there should be some kind of checks, because if you leave them like we have seen in time past, my brother, they will turn the federal government of their own. That is why the law provides that the House of Assembly of the state oversights the local government.
The local government. So it is the House of Assembly,
yes,
that oversights.
And now the point, House of Assembly of the state.
I'm going somewhere. Yes. So that means I like the word control. Permit me to use the word control because of the kind of politics we play in this country. So it is the House of Assembly that has some level of control.
No, not control.
I said permit me. Okay. Permit me, please. That has some level of control over the local governments. But right now, the House of Assembly is immersed in wranglings, right? And so the state executive government cannot necessarily have direct control over the local government. Am I right or wrong? I'm going somewhere.
The more you use control, the more we make mess of it. But because that's why I was emphatic when I say House of Assembly of the state.
But I agree with you, and I'm not. Of course, that's what the Constitution said. But yet again, I'm putting into perspective the kind of politics we have in Nigeria, where the local government are actually being controlled by state governors. I'm not just looking at River State now. I'm giving you a perspective where local government, I mean, we've had this argument over time, are merely an extension of, the governor in charge, right? And so I'm now saying, who really has, okay, let's even go with the word you've used. Who is really supervising the local government at the state level? Is it the executive arm or the House of the legislative arm? And you've said the legislative arm. So now my next question would be,
I didn't say legislative arm supervise the local government. I said the oversight.
That's supervisory now.
Oversight.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to use super. I say oversight.
Lawyers.
Just like you see in the federal level.
Okay.
The National Assembly.
Okay.
Oversight the president.
True.
At the state level, that it's not interesting here. At the state level, the House of Assembly of the state oversights
the executive arm, and then the local government.
Why is it that? That's why I tell you, the framers of the Constitution know why. The joint allocation is that because at the local government level, oversight will be the one to make law, amending the local government law. I don't know if I get my point. Why is it? If local government
it was more like cheating executive arm of the states.
My answer is emphatic no.
Okay.
What the point is, a law was made, an amendment to the law was made. That is the basis of this discussion. And some persons went to court challenging that law. And the court, rightly or wrongly, said this law was amended in bad faith. And that is the law as we speak today. What that means implicitly is that amendment in the eye of the law was never done.
Okay.
You get the point? That amendment was never done. So if the people who claim, the funny thing here is that why, if that amendment was not done in bad faith, an assembly has made law, and the court say no, this law was done in bad faith. What is the business of the local government chairman are they the one to implement the law made by the House of Assembly?
But they're directly impacted.
No,
by the law.
that you are directly involved does not mean that the Constitution has given you the power to implement the law made by the local government. I mean, the state assembly. You see why the judge, in his wisdom, saw that this law was amended in bad faith.
Okay. Now, before we get back to that,
if a law is made by the assembly, that law was amended not in bad faith, is it not the governor that is supposed to implement such laws or execute such laws? It's not the governor.
The governor, yeah.
Where is the local government chairman getting their powers from?
Okay, so now my and a good question you've asked, but my question back to my question, the governor, because we are getting to. There's tension. People are afraid, in certain quarters.
Nobody is afraid.
Nothing will happen. I've seen things I can't.
Forget it.
I've seen things I cannot say. But I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere.
There's something to go initial gra. It will fizzle out.
My question, JC Williams, Esquire, is there anything that backs the governor, legally, to push them out of office tomorrow or even tonight?
Their tenure, by the Constitution, by the oath they took.
So who is supposed to enforce it if they refuse to leave? That's the question I'm asking.
The chief security officer of the state.
Okay.
The chief is like governor. Let me tell you, election is to be conducted in Edo State. It's like His Excellency Governor Obaseki say, "I'm not leaving." Who do you expect to remind him that he will leave? Is President Bola Tinubu?
Not the police? Is it?
No. Let me tell you something. When he said the police will work now. In this case, the chief security officer of the state say, "I will not leave." Police is not the chief security officer of the state. That is chief security officer of the nation. So the chief security officer of Rivers State have told them that they will leave, and in fact they are not leaving. They are gone. Nothing will happen. Nothing.
Okay.
They should stop threatening. I mean, are we not in this state?
Okay, we've got a commercial break. When we come back, my next question for you will be referencing the pronouncement of court last week Monday. Justice Bassam, and the the confusion that came up, and of course, yet again, still linking to this matter because they have said, he pronounced that laws made by Martin should be respected.
When we get there,
all right, commercial break. This stations. Our still needs hard street and get the remain. C. Williams Esquire petition. He says it's time to go, and it's time for new people. Okay, we make the judgment of last week. You're saying the time is up. Saying Justice Kyo has made a ruling on it, and the ruling is that it is a nullity because it is not in tandem with the Constitution, and anything that has not been done in terms of an appeal, like a stay of execution, means that the lower court's judgment pronouncement stands. So what then will be the next step? Because it's also against the Constitution for there to be caretaker chairman.
You see, the governance will go on.
Okay.
The people at the local government level, I mean, they are civil servants. Government will go on.
So it's not that the governor should appoint, but continue.
No. What I expect the governor to do now is to forward the list of members he intends to man the local government to the House of Assembly for screening. That's what I.
But that's against the Constitution.
There's nothing like that against the Constitution. It's not against the Constitution. The government must go. Local government system must run.
Supreme Court judgments.
No. Supreme Court
caretaker chairman is not constitutional.
Let me tell you something. There was a doctrine of necessity that made Goodluck Jonathan the president of Nigeria.
Okay.
When that situation arises, as in this case, what do you expect?
So
because the constitution have said, come, it's 3 years. You swore, you took your office, after years you were. For what reason? The state government on this sec was unable to conduct election. Does it mean that the government of the local government should?
Can we also use that doctrine to argue in favor of Martin and the 26 orders or 27 orders who made the law that they
made it, but
I'm saying, can we argue?
We can't,
because there is a Supreme Court judgment that says
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I told that is why I mentioned doctrine of necessity.
Okay.
There is a judgment, yes. So what are you now saying? That the local government people should die? Something must be done. That's why it's called doctrine of necessity. That law was not made in as a doctrine of necessity. It was made just in bad faith. Only that is what they in. And the people who say they own River State say they will not function. That's why you should do that. And let me even say this. Perhaps the governor, by his peaceful disposition, as we know, he may want to be thinking, let him appoint local government staff, maybe HPM or to head local government. To me, personal opinion, I wouldn't like that. Look, let me tell you something, Canada.
I hope your personal opinion is in tandem with the law.
It's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Go and prove it in the court.
So what would you want the governor to do?
I've said it. Let him forward the list of the people he wants to man the local government to the House of Assembly.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, Canada. See, I have to say this. Winston Churchill of Great Britain, in their war against Germany, when Adolf Hitler was ravaging, and you know what Winston Churchill said? Said nobody believes in war as the best solution to solving human problems. But if war can come to solve human problem, let that war come once and for all.
We're not going to
We're not praying for war. Let me tell you, Canada, forget that is what has kept us this way. That one person or group of individual will think that they can come up anytime and go, and everybody will sit down. No. Who doesn't have blood in his body? Nobody.
So we're not.
So it depends. Let me tell you something.
No, we're not. Wait. JC Williams.
You see this moment.
JC
I am
Williams.
angry that some persons want to hold River State to hold State.
I get your anger.
What
now.
rubbish?
But JC Williams, we're not going to call for war.
No. I'm not even calling for war. But if war can solve our problem once and for all, let war come.
You're still saying the same thing. We're not going to call for war.
I just told you what Winston Churchill of Great Britain said. That's not my statement.
And that quote is not in tandem with my principles on the show. So I would have to.
Okay.
I would have to step it down.
I have quoted it.
I will have to step it down whichever way. However, my next question is, let's go back to Monday last week, where we made reference, and I'm referencing what happened in the court, Justice Basam Okugbele's court, where after saying he does not have jurisdiction, he made mention to certain petitions that were before the court, of course, and summarily I would say He mentioned that there's still PDP members, the 27 lawmakers, that he mentioned that the laws made by the lawmakers are legal, and the Fed defendant, which is the River State government, should make sure it executes the laws made by Martha May with local government as part of it. So the local government change pronouncement by the court by Bullock Sam asking off.
You see, quickly, can I let me tell you something? No, my kings as government, this goes that is trend. That's what happened. What was under pressure? I think it's under pressure. But that judgment, the law that is
finished talking to another lawyer not so long ago. But there is this case, Agbaso versus Iwunze, where I think the court spoke on the matter, saying that does not have jurisdiction. Still,
that's what this
said. Not particularly was his matter. Where with the challenge to jurisdiction. To all this was considered issue content and cured to report the trial was to in the case to bed and it places on
the course to large judicial can make consequential that. It's now in the trial is that not to try and then you make consequential order of the man. That does not have the money, so let it go. So the man of course not have vision. And the man him not to the society, he might give more people to the prison. The DPP's advice.
Okay.
After that, in issues of this, you don't have judicial, it cannot make consequential. Simplicity. That is it.
Okay. Someone just sent, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Someone just sent me a document telling me that there's a case Monday. Still talking about jurisdiction, and he quoted the Supreme Court judgment. I think final thoughts being all issues, it's for a case for them and should not lead themselves to the issue. I can't see clearly. I mean, it's also talking about jurisdiction and looking at jurisdiction.
That's it. You have it, you don't have it. Okay. There's no about it. Do you have vision? Yes. Because let me say, no matter how beautiful your judgment may be, it is not. So why waste your time to look at something you don't have? Have said I don't have jurisdiction. You don't have jurisdiction to give sequential. No.
Okay. We're going to go to the phone lines now. Before that, I do my wouldn't move. I call. I try to have to accept that. But I'd like to mention we're not for war. We're not short advice. We're going to follow all the procedures, ensure that we get right political structure and so that everybody can. You might support never violent and never violent. I will alternative to problems in our society. So your final thoughts, because I do have a commercial, so we'll have to stop now. Your final thoughts on this issue.
My final thought is, please, the chairman and councillors, in fact mainly chairman, because councillors are not even interested in this, the chairman who God have graciously blessed, God have shown them mercy, God have shown them favor, they should not turn Rivers State into theatre of war. The law have spoken, they should go home and think of another thing to do. Let other people come, let Rivers State move on. They should not fan the embers of war. Let's live in peace, because nobody has monopoly of violence.
All right then. All right, thank you very much for your thoughts, and thank you very much, JC Williams, once again for being in the show. Even though you almost cost war on my
pleasure. People should be civil.
All right,
in
thank
the
you.
State.
All right, thank you very much, JC Williams. We'll continue this conversation and the one before, and even the big stories during the open season. Remember, after the major news at 6, so you want to stay tuned to 92.3 Nigerian. You can follow me online, Dekala, THEKAL.